Well, it is a very beautiful day in November, so we are going to head out and see how many discount bulbs we can pick up in our local area. And then we're going to come back and plant them all. So let's go and see what we can find. Okay, so we got back, had a little bit of lunch, and I just wanted to sit down and chat you through our plan and the bulbs that we have. So this is sort of like a little bit of a bulb haul, I guess. It did get a little bit chilly, so we're gonna have to layer up a little bit. But we have several different areas where we like to plant bulbs. In this past year, instead of leaving the bulbs in the ground, for all the tulips, we decided to pull them all up and start fresh. The ones that we had left in the ground were coming up and then kind of giving us a false start. They were not blooming. They were coming up sparsely. If they were blooming, the blooms were very small or not really consistent with how they had been in the past, whether that was just the shape and the size of the actual flowers were smaller, or in the case of the Angeliques, they just were looking a little funky. So we got rid of some of those, but then we stored a lot of them, and we're planning on putting them all along the hill here. But for the rest of them, we wanted to just recharge and just have a really happy spring next year. So our plan is we're going to go very, very heavy on the things that worked really, really well. So we have this pink and purple pride mix. Now, all of the prides have been so successful for us. They are very tall, very proud. They bloom early for us, and I've just absolutely loved them. So we're going to do the pink and purple pride mix all along the pathway in our cottage borders. So in the long borders and then the cottage borders from the rose arbor leading all the way up to our front door. So I'm very excited about that. We got a fair amount of these for that. And it's just as the name suggests, they are pink and purple and very proud. Tall, beautiful, long stems, perfect for cut flowers, large flowers themselves. So I'm really excited about that. The past few years, this year in particular, we did purple along the path, and it was gorgeous, but they were very, very late, and which meant that they came up with the alliums, which was fun, but they just are, by that point, things are already blooming. Like, we want early color here. And then we have tons of tulips that we're going to be putting in what we call the birthday beds, because traditionally on my birthday, we would go and pick up discount bulbs. My birthday is at the end of October. Pick up discount bulbs and just plant up all of the vegetable patch beds. And this year we went to go do that, but they weren't on sale yet because we've had such a warm autumn this year, which is very unseasonable. It's kind of funny. But today we went and we got them, and they were discounted. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna do all kinds of colors. I'm so excited to try them out. So we have this mammoth red tulip. That'll be really fun. And the reds are so fun at that time of year because you're really starved of color. So anything bright and vibrant and big. And I'm excited about these mammoths. The reds that we had last year were one of my favorites, and they were in the vegetable patch beds. But this year we're going to plant each of the beds up differently. Last year we kind of did a symmetrical kind of formation. And this year we're going to do a different tulip in every single bed. Okay, then we have this purple and yellow mix. So this will be the only bed that has multiple colors. That'll be fun. Oh no, that's not true because I think we are doing a pink and purple pride that we're gonna do along here in the veggie beds as well. We have this Daydream orange. We have another orange, but this is a deeper colored orange. And I love orange. It's one of my favorite colors. So I think that'll be really, really fun. And I think mixed together with the oranges and purples, I think orange and purple as a combination is so pretty. Then a pink Impressions. Now this one I found, it kind of changes color weirdly throughout the season. So it starts off as it almost looks red. It looks red in our borders. And then it turns like, it softens and it turns almost this like soft lilac color. It's kind of interesting. So I'll show you that in the springtime. And then we have this Golden Appledorn, which, yeah, I think that should be really fun. So we have a variety of different tulips, and I think that'll be really, really fun and so exciting to see those because traditionally those beds have bloomed earlier. And I think it's because they're beds, they're smaller garden beds, so the soil is contained and it heats up quicker, which is amazing. So let me show you the other things we're going to be doing. Now, we're not entirely sure where we're going to put some of these. Some of these were given to us, not by the brands, but yeah, so we're not entirely sure what we're going to be doing with these yet. These were a gift. This is the Rococo Double, which I love. Rococo vibes all over. And then alliums. Alliums are one of my favorite spring bulbs. Actually, I wanted to share something kind of fun with you for those of you who are still here and watching. I think in the winter, we're going to be sharing with you a secret garden tour that we filmed this past spring. And we didn't upload it because we wanted to sort of save it and upload it for you in the winter when it's really dark and kind of depressing. So I hope you subscribe to look forward to that because I think that'll be really, really fun. Thought that would be a sort of fun little surprise and secret. But anyway, in that, there are tons of alliums, so that's a fun one. One of my favorite daffodils is this Ice Follies, and the cool thing about it is that you can find it at most garden centers, most nurseries, big box stores. Ice Follies, so pretty, and they've come back pretty reliably for us. Although the most reliable return daffodil for us has been Replete is pretty good, but they fall over very easily, so we didn't do any of those this year. But Ice Follies and Casada, definitely beautiful and great for coming back. Claudia. We're going to go heavy on the Claudia. They just look like little baby birds that are just like opening their mouths to be fed. They are so pretty. They're very, very cheerful, and they're some of my favorites. And they bloom earlier for tulips. It says here that it's a mid to late spring bloomer, but we've found that they actually bloom a little bit earlier than some of our other ones. So they usually come up a little bit after the apricot prides, which we also have. We have a few more. This is the Mammoth Bicolor. Did we do one of those in here? We might switch this out and put these in the veggie beds. I think we might change things up a little bit. We have some of the purples. This is one of my favorite colors in the garden, and I just think it's gorgeous. So we're gonna put these somewhere. The areas that I'm excited to sort of experiment with are the porch bed. This past year, I loved what we did in the porch bed. We put in this really, really beautiful Prieston's Shogun tulip, which was an orange tulip, and it was an early bloomer, very beautiful, and just all over the place with color. It's a multi-flower per stem tulip, which is really cool. I wanted to find a purple one like that, but I didn't end up getting it, and I wanted to get discounted bulbs this year. But that would be a really fun thing to do. I love like I said, orange and purple look so good together. So combining things like that bloom at the same time, like an orange Prieston's Shogun with a purple multi-flower would be really, really nice. More daffodils. This is a yellow trumpet. I think we're going to put that right behind us here. So that's going to kind of fill in this area. Oh my gosh, that's heavier than I expected. Then we have just a few of these blue jackets, really pretty hyacinth. And I love that. They come up, early. They naturalize really well for us here. They're great perennials. I just love them. The scent is incredible. And when I smell hyacinth, it just reminds me of April. It just reminds me of our home, and it reminds me of April, the harbinger of springtime, the harbinger of good things to come. So I absolutely love that. This would be a good time to plant hyacinths that have been forced bulbs to plant for winter, but I haven't really been able to find any of those here, but that would be a really fun activity while you're planting maybe your amaryllis and things like that, to plant some hyacinth. Some more purple to mix throughout. Then we have some early bulbs. So we probably won't, since the sun is like already set behind the mountain, we probably won't get to all this today, but we'll do our best. We have some Dutch iris. Now the iris reticulata comes up for us. It's one of the earliest bloomers and it's one of my favorites. The color in particular, this blue color, the harmony was online shown as a blue color, but then when it actually bloomed for us after we ordered those bulbs, it was dark purple, which is very pretty, but it's probably my least favorite because it blends in to our mulch and to the soil. And I really, like I said, I want something that's bold and vibrant for spring. So that's why I wanted to get some irises that were spring irises, but that were going to be really, really vibrant. And these looked vibrant and fun. We do have some purple ones in there, but they look like more of a vibrant purple. But the blue, the deep blue of the iris reticulata that comes up earliest, oh my gosh. It's like with the crocus just starting to go over, and then the iris reticulata. Oh, it's fantastic. Bert's nodding. It's just amazing. It's one of my favorite things. It just makes me so happy. So yeah, we're going to plant some of these, a few of those. I think that'll be really nice. Some more of the daydream that we're going to put with some of the purple tulips. And then we have a few of the apricot pride. So all of these were discounted except the ones that we were given as gifts. But yeah, this is one that I absolutely love to put at the end of a pathway or something like that, because again, they're part of the Pride series, so they're very, very tall and statuesque. They look very, very vibrant here, but in person, they're soft, but they're very, very happy. They kind of beckon you down a path. They're tall. The soft apricot combined with the glaucous foliage of the tulips, it's spectacular. I absolutely love them. Glorious. So I hadn't been able to find them all season and we found them discounted. So that's really, really good. So I think we're going to use these where we had the sun patience and where we had them last year, I think. That'll be really fun underneath our hydrangea standards. So the other thing we picked up, we went to the dollar store, and y'all, they should call it the $1.25 store because nothing is $1 there anymore. But we got some crushed red pepper and some ground black pepper to sprinkle in with our bulbs, just to kind of deter any of our friends from coming and eating them. Animal friends, not human friends, obviously. But we have, some squirrels. Bert liked that one. We have some squirrels and lots of chipmunks and deer and things like that. So we just want to make sure that we're preserving everything that we can. That was a lot. The other thing that we have is we have all of the bulbs, all of the tulip bulbs that we pulled last year, like I said, that we want to plant on the hill. So a lot of these that we've repeated, and then tons more. The Preston's Shogun, more of the Pride, some of the other impressions. There's a Halloween mix that was like Queen of the Night and this orange tulip, just tons and tons and tons. So I'm really excited. Rio de Janeiro, Maryland, we have so many. And I'm very excited to plant those when we did that last year. So we dug them all up, put them in pots, let them die back and, really photosynthesize, collect all that energy from the sun to charge the bulb. And then we stored them. So I'm really hoping that they do what they did last year, because after we did this process last year, we put them on the hill and every single one of them bloomed. So hopefully we have the same luck this year and the whole hill is just covered in tulips. But again, I'll show you that in the springtime. So do subscribe if you'd like to see. Now let's see what we can do with the little light we have left.